Welcome to Baltimore! We are here for our 2nd anniversary trip. It's random, but we had an Amtrak gift card and it's the only major city left that we haven't visited. So we're just gonna explore, and supposedly they have really good seafood here and crab cakes. Tonight we're gonna get Maryland blue crabs, and then on Monday we will get some crab cakes. So as usual, I'll show you guys around and show you what is good to eat here and explore. Our first stop in Baltimore, Gentleman's Gold Club. Just kidding. We're going to CHAPS Pit Beef. So we're here at CHAPS Pit Beef for their famous pit beef sandwich, which is basically like thinly sliced beef on a sandwich roll. The beef is really tender. Let's see if I can show you guys. Now time for the Reuben. So the pit beef sandwich is really good. I definitely would recommend using the tiger sauce, which is horseradish and mayo, and adding some onions. The sandwich by itself is good, but I think it does need a little bit of sauce to it. I think you can actually add them to add it for you, but we didn't know that, so we just started eating it and then we added it later. The Reuben was also really good. All of their meat is just really tender and juicy and not dry at all. Looking at the sandwich, it kind of makes it look like it's just a pile of meat and it'll be really dry, but it wasn't. So definitely would come check it out if you're here in Baltimore. It's a little further off the beaten path, further from downtown, but we just got a Lyft and got here. And now we're gonna head to the Airbnb. So we're here at our Airbnb. It was only $77 per night, so it's a pretty good deal. We're basically in the Inner Harbor area, which is the nicer, more safe area, but this apartment is pretty nice. It's basically a studio, one big room, but it's clean. Here's the one long room, the living room, and here's the quote-unquote bedroom, dining table, and kitchen. We're in the Inner Harbor area right now, and I'm just gonna check out the boats. There's the USS Constellation and some other cool things like the power plant, which is an old power plant. And yeah, it's pretty touristy, but it's really nice. And the weather is perfect. So the USS Constitution is the last sail-only warship in the United States, built by the Navy in the 1800s. It costs money to go in, so we're probably not going to, but it looks really nice from the outside. All right, we are now in front of the Baltimore World Trade Center, not the New York one, obviously. And there's this little memorial right here. It's an art piece that's supposed to represent the tangled beams from the actual World Trade Center that fell in 9/11. It's also supposed to remember those that died in the 9/11 attacks who were from Maryland. Continuing our tour of the Inner Harbor, we are now in front of the Chesapeake, which is a ship museum, and it's a light ship, whatever that means. All right, so this is the USS Torsk, which is one of the few tech submarines still here in the US. Behind me is the power plant, which is an old power plant, but now they have a Barnes & Noble and a Hard Rock Cafe. Put our name down for LP steamers, and it's an hour and 45-minute wait, and it's only 5:20. It's crazy. So we're gonna go to Fort McHenry and then check out the Under Armour headquarters while we wait. Never mind, we decided not to go to Fort McHenry because it's gonna close in 30 minutes and it costs money, so go to the Under Armour headquarters first. So Under Armour has their headquarters here. It's behind me. I don't know if we'll be able to get in, but it used to be part of the old soap factories. That's why there's Cascade and Joy. They left the little signs up as like a memory.
It's just really salty season.
Welcome to day 2 of our trip here in Baltimore. Our first and actual only full day, because tomorrow we're leaving halfway. We're at the farmer's market here, which is supposedly really good, only on Sundays. Alright, we got the curry Taiwanese fried chicken on a bun. And it's like an interesting type of bun. It's not the typical like Peking duck bun. A lot of cilantro though, but at least let me try some of this. Oh my gosh, it's really hot. Woo. Really crispy. Yeah, so it's basically a curry batter. We are here in Fells Point, which is like a cute little neighborhood area that supposedly is nice to walk around the shops. We're gonna try Blue Moon Cafe, which is famous for their Captain Crunch French toast. So the wait is an hour. It's barely 11 a.m. so we're gonna walk around while we wait. So the Captain French toast was pretty good. It definitely kept its crunch throughout, not getting soggy. I don't know that it tasted like Captain Crunch, but I guess it had like a salty sweet thing going on. So maybe that's the cereal part of it. But yeah, good breakfast. Definitely come before noon because it is packed right now. And we still waited an hour for 2 people. The inside is really small. We made it to Johns Hopkins. I think it's like move-in weekend or something. There's so many people. But the campus is really large. A lot of brick. Basically like a typical East Coast college. To help beat the heat, we found a boba place. I got rose oolong. The bobas are chewy. And it has like this like pack in there. Finally here at the Washington Monument. I think it's to commemorate George Washington. Not really sure, but it looks cool. We got all dressed up, and even though our anniversary is technically tomorrow, we are celebrating our dinner tonight at Woodberry Kitchen. I heard it's really good farm-to-table restaurant in an old warehouse, so we're gonna head up there and have a nice anniversary dinner. So it's our last day here in Baltimore. We're gonna head over to get some crab cakes at FAIDLEY and then head back to the Amtrak to go home to New York. We definitely enjoyed our stay here in Baltimore. We were not disappointed by any of the food that we had, although I don't think I would quite recommend it for a trip here unless you have to be in Baltimore or you're just passing through. You definitely would not spend more than a weekend here because although the food is decent, there's not a ton of places to eat and there's not a ton of things to do. There's not a ton of sightseeing areas. And it's kind of annoying that you can't quite just walk around and explore because you don't know what neighborhoods you're going to be going into. What they say about the crime here in Baltimore is somewhat true, and I think you have to be careful about where you're walking, so a lot of times we just took a Lyft. In terms of where to stay, I would think that definitely the Inner Harbor, or at least the lower Inner Harbor area, is better. Fells Point also looked pretty safe and nice and quaint, maybe not as loud. I mean, as you can hear in our Airbnb, we're pretty much near a major street and there's just always cars going by, especially on a weekend. So if noise bothers you, then make sure you choose something that's a little more quaint or quiet. Maybe even stay in the surrounding areas if you have a car. But we definitely had a good anniversary weekend overall, just to spend time together and hang out. I hope you guys enjoyed this travel guide to Baltimore. If you ever find yourself here, that you will have some good insight into what to do and what to eat. And I'll see you in my next video. Bye.